After the wave of violence against media workers, which left 5 journalists killed in one of the most dangerous countries in the world, the Mexican border city of Tijuana has held journalist protests to urge the Mexican President Manuel López Obrador to put an end to the wave of violence against press sector. The protests came simultaneously when the president has increased his verbal attacks against journalists and calling for the president to curb violence instead of stigmatizing those who are practicing freedom of expression.
It
is not the kind of journalist you mention who has the noble job of informing the citizens and criticise bad public servants. No, this is something else.
The Mexican president said he regretted the deaths of the journalists. However, he later angrily criticized all the media workers, calling them mercenaries who assume they are backed by influence peddlers and the U.S. to attack him. The president's comments follow days of sharp criticism against him for repeatedly broadcasting the so-called of a well-known Mexican telecaster, Carlos Loret de Mola, in his daily press conference. López Obrador launched his attack on Loret when the journalist released an investigation accusing one of the president's sons with extravagant lifestyle and corruption.
The president needs to hear the voice of the Journalists Guild. Most of us do not agree. He uses his daily news conference to generalize about journalists. Society believes him because he's the president, and he's creating this idea that most journalists are sellouts and work in the interest of some obscure agenda. Maybe some are, but most of us who work every day in the streets are doing it because it's our vocation.
The streak of violence against journalists in the country has put López Obrador under international pressure, including by U.S. lawmakers. There have been more than 30 journalists killed since López Obrador took control of the country, while at least 12 others have been listed missing.